Greetings and welcome to Hornet Nation. I'm Jacob Kirchhoff.
And I'm Dylan Tatman. This week we have a player profile on Jaylen Hankamp and go over news about the SES Athletic Bond.
Then we'll wrap up with some current scores on this episode of Hornet Nation. With Trimester 2 really picking up and students settling back into their routines, we start this episode of Hornet Nation with something rather unique.
That's right. And as we race on down to Northwest Ohio Quarter Midget Association, Leah Gorman gives us a scoop on a new player profile.
Since the 1930s brought us the first quarter midget race, it has now grown into a popular sport. A Saline student, Jaylen Hankamp, brings us with him into the world of racing.
When I was younger, my dad was just flipping through the channels and a NASCAR race came on, and ever since then I just kind of wanted to get into it, and finally he gave me the opportunity.
Not all racing cars are the same. Jaylen's is a different size car.
Like 4 or 5 feet long probably, and like 3 feet wide I would say.
Racing doesn't just require driving around the track, it also uses talent and time.
We have practice and then there's usually a little bit of a break, and then we go into heat races, which decides your starting order for the feature race. It's usually a pretty long day. There's like 6 classes usually of cars with different requirements and restrictions on what you can do to them.
Racing is a challenging sport, especially when just beginning, but nonetheless, it's a fun sport.
I've always just kind of loved it, and so it's just fun when I'm in there driving. It's relaxed, I enjoy it a lot. There's a lot of really nice people. Just kind of being out there with everybody, it's always a good time. There's always, you can make a conversation with anybody.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Leah Gorman. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Leah. This is Jaylen's first year racing quarter midget cars, and he hopes to eventually bring racing larger, more professional sprint cars in the future. Good luck to Jaylen as he pursues his goals. Now bringing it back to Saline, the athletic bond was passed somewhat recently, and we can expect some new additions and changes.
Of course, not everyone knows exactly what these changes could mean, so Brady Nocktrub is here to help us understand what the bond entails.
Saline recently passed a bond that will give a number of upgrades to the high school. All new facilities and fixes are on their way, and as for the athletic department, Superintendent Dr. Lodge fills us in.
So the bond was passed, which we really thank the voters in Saline for doing. It's $180 million in primarily site improvements and facility improvements that we feel are going to be instrumental to helping students achieve it at a greater rate.
Changes aren't just coming to the high school, however. The elementary and middle schools, as well as the senior center, will be receiving some new upgrades.
At the high school specifically, we're also looking at a combination of a new weight athletic facility, new roof replacements that are needed, heating and cooling upgrades and supports. One of the areas I am really excited about are all accessible playgrounds, meaning that regardless of mobility issues that students have, they're going to be able to participate. There also are a few other upgrades here at the high school involving the baseball and softball concessions area and restrooms over in that wing, and so we do think there are a number of athletic improvements that are going to be great for our students.
You can expect these new facilities to roll out in 3 series over the next 10 years. Reporting from Hornet Nation, I'm Brady Nocktrub. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brady. For more information, you can contact Ms. Anna Bretenow with the email on your screen. Now, we were planning on bringing you Game of the Week. However, on November 30th, we experienced a power outage that resulted in the game being canceled.
So instead, we'll give you the current scores. On November 29th, the varsity girls basketball team competed against Livonia High School and won 47-14.
The varsity ice hockey team dropped the puck in Saline against South Lyon. The contest resulted in a 7-3 win.
Then again on November 29th, varsity hockey was challenged on home ice by Huron High School and won 8-3.
Unfortunately, there aren't many other games going on due to it still being early in the season. But you can support our varsity boys and girls basketball team on December 9th as they both take on Huron High School. The boys are on the road at Huron and the girls play at home. Both games tip off at 7 p.m.
That's all for this show. We hope you We wish you good luck with the trimester.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest show updates at Nation Hornet and at Saline Video on YouTube and Instagram.
Signing off, I'm Jacob Kirchhoff.
And I'm Dylan Tatman.
Have a great day, Hornets.